I'm Tim Casey, and I'm Greg Norman's biggest fan. My name is Tim Casey. I'm from Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and I am the Vice President of Customer Success at a company called Skyward. Skyward's a K-12 educational software provider. We have about 48 school districts here in the state of Florida that use our product, and really what we do is help schools become more efficient and basically day-to-day operations in running their classes and running their operations of school. I became a fan of Greg's a really long time ago. I think through golf, obviously, is where it all started. Watching him play, the dominance on the golf course was something that always fascinated me. The key things about him, I mean, he's so well known as a really great driver of the golf ball, but also the approach shots I think are the ones that stick out to me the most. Just watching the approach shots, watching him stick it close with a short iron was really cool to see. So that's kind of what drew me to him. And after that, I mean, it's really his life after golf that has actually inspired me the most. And so, just been a huge fan for a really long time. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Greg. It was in 1993 I went to a practice round at Augusta National and had a chance to follow him basically for the entire day. And it was a pretty great experience. I'd been watching him for a long time on television, and so to see him in person was surreal. My favorite tournament of Greg's actually was the 90. Oh, I've got two of them actually. One of them was the 94 TPC at Sawgrass. Had a chance to play there in 2001, so it was cool knowing that he had won there. Was kind of neat to be able to go and actually play that course several years later. But the tournament that sticks out to me too is actually the 97 Masters. And the reason I say that is because I can't imagine, being a year after 96, what it was like to go and return to Augusta and the resilience that it took to put that tee in the ground on the first day and tee it back up. I think that speaks a lot to his character and to who he is as a competitor. And that's, I think that was really what solidified it for me is, in a time where that was probably a very difficult period leading up to that event. He didn't back down. He went right back out and went right back after it. And I thought that was pretty special. Yeah, I found out about the Greg Norman Biggest Fan experience through a friend of mine, Troy Jastel. He's a superintendent at a golf course I used to be an assistant pro at, and he knows that I'm a huge Greg Norman fan. And he had reached out to me one day and just said, "Hey, if you haven't seen this already, go check it out." And sure enough, I hadn't caught it yet, and so I went and found it, and from there it was pretty cool. I sat down one day and I started to think about all of the different things that go through my mind when I think about Greg Norman, and it became very easy to write that story just because it was all from in here. It was easy to do, and once I wrote it, it was crazy. It was several weeks later. I had heard back from the Greg Norman Company, and I just found out that I was a top 5 finalist worldwide, and which blew me away in and of itself. And then from there, it was starting to get votes, and so I took to social media and I started asking everybody I knew to like it and share it and read the story, and if they liked mine, to vote for it. And it was probably 8 or 10 days later, if I remember, and I remember I was sitting, I was about to start a workout, and and my phone rang, and it was a number that I didn't recognize. I think it was Hobie Sound, and my oldest son Kellen was sitting there with me, and he grabbed the phone, and I said, "Well, who is it?" And he's like, "Well, it doesn't say." And I said, "Well, what do we do when we don't know the number?" And he's like, "Don't answer it." I said, "So don't answer it." So we let it go to voicemail, and about a minute later, I heard the voicemail ding, and then the phone was ringing again, and it was the same number. And I said, "Okay, well, give me the phone," and I answered it, and man, in the most beautiful Australian accent, I couldn't believe that Greg was on the other end of the phone.
Yes, how are you, buddy? I'm very well, thank you. Tim, I just want to call and say congratulations, buddy. You're my biggest fan. I just cannot wait to meet you.
You gotta be kidding me right now.
No, I'm absolutely not kidding you right now. I'm calling you from my place in Florida, And just wanted to say, like I said, congratulations.
It's a funny story. I'm really looking forward to sharing with him because I have the voicemail saved in my phone, and I will forever remember screening Greg Norman's first call. So from there, it's been a whirlwind ever since. The Greg Norman Company has been phenomenal. Everybody that I've worked with has been just amazing, and a level of service that I have never experienced in my life. So it's been just a blessing in every way. A lot of the questions that I have for him actually are surrounding just business and leadership in general. Those are the things that I'm passionate about, and it's one of the things that I look up to the most when I think about Greg. And so I have a feeling that it'll go that direction. I'm certain, just a lover of the game of golf too. I'll have questions. I've got questions about my own game that I'm sure I'm going to ask him and just look for advice. Not only on the game itself, but on the mental aspect of it too. And I want to just live in his mindset. I want to understand, how does a former number one player in the world operate? What do you think about as you make your way around the golf course? And then from there, I guess we'll see where the conversation goes. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm feeling, I'm nervous, I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, and so it's very surreal that we're finally here, and the Old Palm is an unbelievable venue. So just really looking forward to meeting him and getting the day started. I think I'm gonna feel it out. I'm not quite sure. I didn't think of a clever joke or anything like that, so I guess we'll just kind of play it out and see how it goes.
You guys must be the guys, huh?
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Greg.
How you doing?
Tim Casey.
Yeah, good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, when did you get in? Yesterday?
We came in on Friday.
Oh, Friday. So
Yeah, yeah.
You're used to this Florida weather now.
Yeah, we came from Wisconsin, so it's gonna snow today and be 60 tomorrow. So
There you go. Okay, well, it's going to be 85 today and 85 tomorrow.
yeah, absolutely. No, it's beautiful here. Thank you so much
You're
for having
welcome.
us.
We're square.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Easier down here in the warm than up there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got some texts from some friends. It's they got a little bit of snow this morning, so they were a little surprised.
This is Tim and his brother at the Masters watching Greg in 1993. Lifetime moment like it is for us today.
You guys haven't played here, right?
No, sir.
All right.
Okay, I'll do like fast greens.
There we go. Hole goes like this.
Okay.
So about from where that guy is in the orange,
Okay.
apricot, he's probably got about 130 to the front,
Okay.
or to the middle. They're far away.
Brothers.
Don't wait on me. Ooh, you got away with it.
Thank you.
Love it.
It is one of the things I was going to ask you is I had a point last year where on the tee box I could not hit it. It was everywhere. But so I started throwing it down off the deck. And I just, one after another, right down the middle. And it worked its way out, but I was like, I don't know why that would be.
Well,
Is that upstairs?
Yeah, it's totally upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visual from the tee box, not necessarily the playability of the hole.
Yeah, the visual side.
I'm Mike Casey. I'm from Port Edwards, Wisconsin. I'm here with my son Chris, playing in this lovely area of Florida, having the time of our life.
Chris Casey, my brother is Tim Casey, Greg Norman's biggest fan. Here with my dad, Mike Casey, having an absolute blast at a wonderful facility. Greg and his team have been nothing but fantastic to our family from start to finish. It's been a very wonderful day. Meeting Greg was fantastic. He's very cordial. He's offered tips out on the course and made sure to give us a couple extra shots when needed.
Figured you would.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
The
it.
worse I play, the better it is for my son.
Well done, man. That's a good pour there.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Sir?
My pleasure.
You're the best. You're the best.
So what do I think of Tim Casey? Very engaging guy on the golf course, there's no question about it. Extremely intelligent, loved his golf, 3 handicapper, knew exactly how he was going to play. Knew he had a tremendous passion for the game of golf, mainly because of his history and watching golf, his grandfather, time he spent, and he's actually wanted to be involved with golf to some degree from what I understand. So very aware of what he was doing out there, but probably to put it in the simplest terms, he was such an easy guy to be on the golf course. Many times you get golfers out there who become a bit of a pain in the butt because they think they know how to play the game, they want to beat you on the golf course, they become a little bit too heavy around you and they try too hard and it just all fails. And you only have a short period of time when you play, 4 hours. Go out there and enjoy it. So he really did enjoy it and I enjoyed his company as well too. Spending a day with your biggest fan, like Tim Casey, was special for me just as much as it was for him. I know it was a big event that we did, trying to find my biggest fan, and there's probably 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 people that should have been in Tim Casey's shoes, but we had to pick one winner. And the way Tim presented his story and the way my other fans voted for him to become the #1 winner was really the right pick. So spending the time on the golf course it was easy. We're in the same golf cart. I felt like I'd known the guy for years and years and years. He was very comfortable with me. I was very comfortable with him, and you get into that kind of good place when you get asked personal questions. When you know somebody for a couple of hours and they're asking you personal questions about your life and volunteering their personal lives as well too. So it was very cathartic for him. He felt like I had a pretty good experience in life that I could pass on some knowledge to him. So it was 4.5 hours well worth spent. How's Tim's golf game? Well, I put it on a scale where most amateurs think they know how to play the game of golf. Most amateurs try too hard when they play the game of golf. Tim had all the components. He knew it mentally, he knew it physically, he had a good setup. Most players or amateurs, when they play with a professional for the first couple of holes, are a little bit nervous and a little bit quicker and they try a little bit too hard. But after about the 5th or 6th hole, he started hitting some good solid shots. You could see his whole golf swing slow down. His transition came back, and he played about 4 or 5 great holes where he made a couple of birdies. So the guy knows how to play.
Oh man, my favorite part of the day, to try to pick one. I came here with one goal, and it was to watch Greg hit a driver off the deck, and and he did it a couple times, and I was able to get one of them on video, and then he videoed me hitting one off the deck. It didn't go as well, but I would say out of all of it, with a lot of really great moments, that was probably the one I came to see. That was the one I got.
What advice I'd have for Tim? Just stay the course where he's on in life. I mean, he's got a great balance about things, whether it's on the golf course, off the golf course. We all go through different adversities in life, but I think Tim's got a great handle on where he is today. I love the fact that he can get out there and communicate to people through his speaking engagements. He loves his education side of things in the business world. So do I. I love to be able to help people become better, no matter in what realm or what scope in life. So, I enjoyed that aspect. I really did, because you can see he's a very open, giving, caring person.
I have a question. I have a question for him. Greg, throughout the whole day today, we've talked a lot about a lot of personal aspects, a lot of business aspects, and one of the things that I've mentioned even in my story and all of this is my admiration for you goes well beyond the golf course. It very much bleeds into the leadership style, and clearly you run a very successful worldwide corporation. And I've been looking for someone in a mentorship role, someone that I can bounce ideas off of from time to time in leadership, and someone that I can learn from. As I continue my leadership journey, having someone like yourself just to talk with, even if it's once a year or whatever it is, just to talk leadership and live in your mindset, that would be huge for me. So if there's a way that we can do that, that would be something I would love.
Oh, look, I'm sure there's no problem organizing something like that, because our lives go off in different directions. There's no question about it. But we all actually surround ourselves in life in the same way. We might be doing different things. So look, it was no different. And didn't have a qualm picking up the phone and calling my friends who are leaders of the free world or CEOs or stuff like that, just to pick their brain. And it's not like you're going into a big, long, discussion. It's just saying, hey, I'm stuck here. What do you think? So, look, I think that's the beauty about a great relationship. That's the beauty about being able to help people. So, happy to.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you. For people that don't know Greg or that haven't met him, I guess the way that I would describe him is he's a very kind human. He is very patient, very selfless. He did a really great job of engaging with myself, and my dad and my brother came to play with us too, and he really took his time around the golf course, and he made it about us today. You could tell that he was out there to play golf, which was really cool, because after a while the nerves were gone and you just started to play golf, which was a lot of fun. And that was our goal when we came here, was really to make this a round that hopefully he enjoyed and just enjoyed his time. And but yeah, to describe him, he's a very powerful presence, but not one that's overwhelming and that is intimidating. The first tee shot was unnerving. I mean, it's to step up on a tee box with not only your idol, but someone who was the number one player in the world for 331 weeks. I mean, that's intimidating. And but he made it. He made it so easy. Made it a very, very easy round, and it was just about golf at that point. So I actually played better than I thought I was going to. Still had some moments of brilliance, but there were some other ones that definitely brought me back to reality of why he was number one, and I'm just a fan. All in all, it was an awesome day. As far as best moments and highlights from the day, there's a couple of them. The one that I came here for absolutely was to watch him hit driver off the deck. He's known for that in his career on a much, much smaller scale. Back home, it's something that I do often. And so it was cool to to have an opportunity to watch him do that, he let me take a video of it, which was really cool. And then he grabbed my phone and he took a video of me. So that was a pretty great moment. Some things I didn't know about Greg that I learned during the round. I didn't know that he was like me. He's an avid bow hunter, and so he really enjoys archery. I learned today that he has 13 holes in one and one albatross, and that he still has the persimmon 3-wood that he made that albatross in Australia from 283 yards. If you didn't read my story, the piece about my grandfather is he, got us into the game of golf, and he's a big part of why we've continued to play it and enjoy the game. His name was George Doan, and he passed away in 1999. But one of the greatest rounds of Greg's that I remember watching him play was, he tied for third in the Masters in '99, and it was the last time I got to watch golf with my grandfather, and it was a special moment. So it's why he's part of this story, and he would have loved everything about today. Yeah, it was, as far as advice or that Greg gave me throughout the day. We had a chance to. It was great. It wasn't all golf. It was a little bit of business, and it was a little bit of personal. And he had a chance to learn a little bit more about my sons, Kellen and Keegan, and he took time to listen, and there's listening to respond, and then there's listening to understand, and he really made a concerted effort to listen, to understand. He genuinely wanted to know more about them. We talked about they're in travel baseball, and he wanted to know if they golf, and we talked about are their swings any good? Do they enjoy it? And he shared more information about playing golf with his grandkids, and the different games that they'll come out and play to kind of make it fun and allow him to spend time. So to have that piece of the conversation not just be business, not just be golf, but also to touch on the personal side, it was overwhelming in every way. So it's just really, really cool. Having my brother and my dad here today was such a blessing, and everybody in the Greg Norman Company has been phenomenal to work with. And when we started to set all this up months back, we talked about I wasn't sure were we gonna do a lesson on the range together. Were we gonna play 5 holes, 9 holes, 18? I mean, we didn't really know. And when I found out that we were gonna get a chance to play 18 holes together, I just asked, do we have 2 other people in our foursome? And found out that we didn't. And it was at that point I thought, hey, these guys are gonna come down here with me. What better foursome to have than my brother and my dad alongside me when we're playing with our idol, and my dad's been a big fan for a long time, and so it was special beyond what I can even explain.
I would echo everything Tim had to say. Today was fantastic. Everything from the weather, the conversation, the team that was with us, yourself, Henry, Jane. Greg was fantastic and polite and offered tips without being over the top by any means, and was very happy to point out where to hit the golf ball or where to aim in a lot of scenarios. So it was a fantastic day. Lunch afterwards was just an extra special bonus, and certainly a memory that we will carry for all our days.
It exceeded all my expectations, and we just love to see that Tim got this award, and he worked hard to do it, and we just had a win-win day, lifetime moment. Greg was so special and personable at lunch. We couldn't ask for any more, and it was just the best day ever.